They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. But for them, a single glance is enough to shake the Taikuk world. No announcements, no validation needed. Just pay attention, and you'll understand why no one can stop watching. Now the entire world is debating about them. Haters who refuse to accept reality, and fans who cry as they witness the love of this husband and wife couple. Leave your comments about Taikuk below. We're going to discuss everything thoroughly this time. I will pin the most honest and meaningful comment that truly supports the two of them. VKook has compiled real evidence of their love that has been exposed in the media and in front of the camera. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. This video reflects my personal opinion and interpretation. It is made for entertainment purposes only and does not represent confirmed facts. Without any announcement, without any warning, this moment quietly shook the global scene. Welcome to VKook. The photos Taehyung shared yesterday once again invited us to join him in one of those small glimpses into his daily life that always manage to capture our attention. Each image seemed designed to convey calm, intimacy, and a kind of sincerity rarely seen. Even setting aside his undeniable good looks, Taehyung has the ability to project something warm, as if each photo held a hidden message that one can uncover with a little attention. Among all these details, it became clear once again how important Jungkook is in his life. That connection that Taehyung fans have been mentioning for years appears in subtle yet constant ways. In the beach photo, there's a very natural innocence. However, there are also elements that seem intentionally placed. The clearly visible J, and the red shorts that many already associate with Jungkook. Nothing is exaggerated or overly obvious, but it's enough to understand that Taehyung wanted to convey something. It's not just about showing off, it's a way of saying without words how present Jungkook is in his mind and heart, regardless of the distance. This way of communicating through subtle codes has been characteristic of Taehyung for a long time. They don't need grand declarations or outrageous gestures to leave clues. Their way of expressing themselves is quieter, and yet very clear to those who have observed them over time. You just have to be willing to see those details and recognize them. Then came the photos in the car, which seemed to be taken in a spontaneous but very well-chosen moment. Taehyung posed so naturally that it was easy to understand why Jungkook always speaks fondly of those kinds of everyday moments. Although the images weren't provocative, they did have an elegant and confident air that recalled the way Jungkook usually admires Taehyung. It was a simple scene, but full of that connection that is recognizable even when neither of them is physically present. Many also recalled that time during a live stream when Jungkook, without realizing it, revealed how attentive he is to Taehyung. It was simply those spontaneous gestures that arise when two people feel completely comfortable with each other. The way he settled beside him, the quick glances he gave him, and the naturalness of their interaction were clear signs of trust. It wasn't an act. It was the way those who share a strong, stable, and very close bond behave. It's in those moments that Taikuk demonstrates why so many people follow them, support them, and find their story compelling. Their gestures aren't grand or attention-seeking. On the contrary, they are small signs that speak of a relationship built with patience, respect, and affection. They don't need to say it outright for it to be noticeable. Their body language, the way they reach out to each other without thinking, and how they support each other even in the simplest things reveal a deep connection that many fans describe as a blend of strong friendship and sincere love. Over time, these signs have formed a thread that many people have followed closely. Today, a photo on the beach. Tomorrow, a casual comment. Later, a gesture during a live stream. It all adds up. And while some see them as coincidences, others interpret them as a subtle, but constant way of showing how important they are to each other. Whenever Jungkook looks so intensely, many fans immediately know who he's looking at. That calm yet profound expression, as if he carries an entire universe behind his eyes, seems directed solely at Taehyung. And the same is true when Taehyung looks at Jungkook. There's a special calm, a silent connection that doesn't need words to exist. For those who follow Taikuk, these moments feel like a constant reminder that their bond was born long before the public noticed. Over the years, they've demonstrated a close relationship full of trust and love. It's not always overtly expressed, but it is through those small gestures that many recognize it. Glances that linger a second longer than usual, spontaneous smiles, or ways of interacting that show a natural level of comfort between them. That ability to remain authentic, even in a world full of appearances, has made their relationship stand out. For their fans, it's painful to see situations where Taikuk seems limited, as if they can't express themselves openly. There are times when certain external decisions or strategies beyond their control generate confusion or misunderstandings, especially when it comes to Jungkook. It's an atmosphere that sometimes makes fans feel that the genuine affection between Taehyung and Jungkook is overshadowed by interpretations, rumors, or arguments that don't bring clarity. In times like these, many fans express their concern upon seeing how doubts arise about a bond that, for so long, has appeared stable and sincere. For those who have observed this connection for years, every little detail has been more than enough to understand how much they respect each other and how much they mean to one another. It's not just about public moments, but also about how they have built a strong relationship based on shared experiences and mutual loyalty. When tensions or rumors arise within the fandom, it's common for fans to feel that difficult days are ahead. At these times, the atmosphere can be filled with assumptions that contribute nothing and can affect the perception of their bond. That's why many are urging everyone to remain calm, observe clearly, and not jump to conclusions. After all, both Jungkook and Taehyung have always been consistent in their interactions, without games or contradictions. They've never tried to deceive their fans. They've always shown a part of their closeness naturally, without exaggeration or trying to prove anything. Therefore, for their most loyal followers, it's clear that the affection between them shouldn't be questioned. Their story is built on actions, on authentic moments that have left their mark over time. The important thing to remember is that Jungkook and Taehyung don't completely control the circumstances around them. Sometimes they have to participate in projects or activities that aren't their own decisions, and that can lead to confusion. But blaming them for it is unfair, especially when they've consistently shown respect, sincerity, and dedication. The main request to the fandom is simple. Don't fall into interpretations that cause division or fuel unfounded doubts. The affection between Taikuk has always been evident to those who have followed them closely, and there are no real reasons to think otherwise. Maintaining faith in what they themselves have demonstrated over the years is the fairest way to support them. Seeing Taehyung and Jungkook together always evokes a unique feeling, as if their shared presence has its own rhythm. Beyond what they're doing, there's an energy that's immediately noticeable when they're near. They don't need to say a word for that connection to be evident. The way they look at each other, the way they move, or how they react simultaneously creates an atmosphere that's hard to ignore. It's a kind of naturalness that isn't rehearsed or learned. It simply exists. Body language, which often reveals more than words, has been key to understanding why the bond between them feels so special. In performances, behind-the-scenes moments, or even on shows where they have no control over what happens, those characteristic gestures always appear. A light touch on the arm, a shared smile without anyone else understanding the reason, a laugh that starts with one and spreads to the other, touching each other for no apparent reason, reacting the same way without planning, or moving in sync even when they're not practicing is something that draws attention and that many consider a clear sign of closeness. It's no coincidence that so many Taekookers have noticed it for years. For them, the way Jungkook looks at Taehyung has a meaning that isn't usually repeated with others. It's a calm yet intense expression that seems reserved only for him, and Taehyung reciprocates with the same naturalness. He looks for him even when something is happening around them, includes him in small jokes, or simply approaches him for no particular reason. They do it with a comfort only seen in people who truly understand each other. Although people might think it's all planned or that they're acting because there are cameras, the truth is that their behavior is consistent no matter the place. Whether on a stage in front of thousands of people or in a more casual moment, their way of interacting remains the same. This consistency shows that it's not about pretending or meeting external expectations. It's simply their way of being together, something that comes effortlessly. However, they don't have complete control over everything that happens around them. There are decisions they must follow, activities they have to participate in, and projects where they can't always act as they'd like. These situations, which are part of their work, sometimes generate doubts or confusion among fans. But blaming them for things they don't decide is unfair, especially when they have demonstrated sincerity, respect, and a constant commitment to their followers on so many occasions. Therefore, the request to the fandom is clear. Avoid interpretations that divide them, don't fuel unfounded theories, and don't allow misunderstandings to overshadow what has been seen for so long. Their interactions have been constant and natural. They are not the product of chance. From the way Jungkook approaches without thinking to the way Taehyung includes him with a single glance, every detail is part of that bond that so many have learned to recognize. Over the years, the relationship between Taehyung and Jungkook has been shown through actions more than words. They don't need grand displays to show what they feel. The natural way they interact is enough. Jungkook doesn't repeat that kind of closeness with other people, and that further highlights the unique nature of what he shares with Taehyung. It's a behavior that can't be overlooked.